Welcome to the True Man Podcast. This is an invitation to radical reconstruction of a man's masculine heart and soul in a place of safe community where we dare to ask questions deep seated inside a man and explore ways to help you become a better man, a better son, a better dad, and a better spouse. Well, thanks for being with me here today on the True Man Podcast. Now, this week's topic, I know it's dangerous, but it was inspired by the Donald Trump and Kamala Harris presidential debate. Was interesting and fascinating to see how each person prepared and in the way that they prepared. So today we are talking about preparation. Now, in my experience, it's hard to create opportunities in life when you don't do the work and prepare for what's in front of you. Now, we saw Kamala Harris did the work and she showed up with what we thought she'd show up with, her lies and bullcrap. It was well rehearsed. So she didn't forget anything, right? It was well rehearsed and she stuck to her lines. Well, Donald Trump showed up with the very, probably best of intentions, but it was really more along the lines of the dog ate my homework. Is how he showed up, just kind of unprepared. Now, I know some of you right now are going, well, it was an unfair fight. Regardless, you got to answer the questions, and that requires preparation. And such is the case with life. And that's really what we're going to talk today about. I'm not going to focus on the debate, just using it as an example. Because when we take shortcuts in life, it can be costly. Now, the great motivational speaker Zig Ziglar talked about preparation a lot in his talks. And here's what he said. Preparation is a matter of equipping yourself to win with the right tools, knowledge, and support. It will take a turn. It will take to turn your dreams into plans that will make your vision into reality. So you must equip yourself in the best possible way to ensure your planning efforts will be successful. Now, Big Zig also said, and he simplified this, if you don't have a plan, you are planning to fail. And I guess that kind of summarizes what I'm talking about today. Now, it's football season. So let's make this analogy. Have you ever watched a football team show up at a big game without a game plan? Well, I mean, if they did, you know what happened. But it just doesn't typically happen to the better prepared teams. They put in the hours of preparation, they've studied the opponent, they practiced the plays, they've drilled down on their execution so that when they hit the field, they're ready to go. They're ready to win. They know what they need to do. But preparation isn't just for athletes. If you want to succeed in every area of your life, whether it's your career, your health, your finances, or even your spiritual growth, you need to embrace preparation as a non negotiable tool. It has to happen. Success isn't some stroke of luck, of course, or the result of winging it. It's earned by putting in the work beforehand, day in and day out, until you are ready to take on whatever life throws at you. Now, I know this isn't easy. In fact, it's very hard and requires a tremendous amount of discipline, but you can make it work for you, because preparation at its core is about making you ready for the opportunities that you want in life. Now, whether that's building a career that you're proud of, deepening your faith and your relationship with Christ, or creating financial stability, or being the best version of yourself for your family, your friends, and even your own well-being, it all starts with how you prepare and having the will to prepare. So let's break this down a little bit and talk about preparation in several areas of your life, because it can be a key to not just achieving success, but becoming truly fulfilled and happy along the way. Now, as I talk about these areas today, let me say this. If you go out to my website, truemanlifecoaching.com, and click on the Wheel of Life, and you'll see it at the very top of my webpage, you can take about a 12-minute interactive assessment that measures these areas of your life. And I encourage you to do that. It's free. It's a great opportunity to dig in and think more about how you would like to improve in your life. And if you'd like to, talk more about that after you take that assessment, feel free to reach out. I'd love to talk with you about it. So let's talk about these areas of life. Building, number one here, building a foundation of faith. So, first thing we're going to talk about today is your spiritual preparation. You don't grow spiritually overnight. At least I didn't. It does take time to understand that relationship with God. Spiritual growth requires discipline, consistency, and intentionality. One of the most powerful ways to prepare spiritually is by setting aside time each day for quiet reflection, prayer, or reading scripture. I do this typically first thing in the morning. I like to work out first thing in the morning because if I don't, it doesn't seem to happen. So on days when I do work out, I immediately follow that up with prayer time and meditation and gaining that scripture understanding. That's just how I do it. Your body rhythm may be different. You may have to set it up differently, but create a routine. These daily routines are not about checking a box. It's about grounding yourself in something bigger than the chaos that's going on around you. By preparing spiritually, you will build a foundation that helps you handle challenges, overcoming doubts, and stay focused on what matters in life. Now, when you're spiritually grounded, your decisions have more clarity, your patience runs deeper, and your life has a sense of purpose that carries you through even the toughest of days. I know this is so very true to me, for me. Building intimacy with Christ is a great way to begin leaning into all of the other aspects of your life that we're going to talk about here. And I would encourage you to find a group of oriented men and get around them. They can help you by leaning into that path that they've already walked. Now, believe me, it's a well worn trail, but they can help you. So now let's talk about career preparation. This is a big one. They're all big, really, if you think about it. Now, in your career, preparation is what separates the mediocre from the excellent, right? Think about it. The most successful people in any field are the ones who are consistently improving. They're learning new skills and getting better at their craft. Whether you're just starting out or you're aiming for your next big promotion, preparation can make you become the go to person that everyone trusts. And I think that's probably what you're after in the first place. Now, if you're not prepared, you're not going to be ready when opportunity knocks. It might come in the form of a new job opening or a major project or an unexpected challenge that requires quick thinking. But staying prepared, whether through continuous learning, seeking mentors, or simply staying on top of your industry trends, whatever industry you're in, ensures that when the time comes, you're the one who's ready to deliver. You're like the mailman, right? This is how you stand out and push your career forward, not by coasting, but by constantly sharpening your edge. Be the guy who delivers. Now let's talk about financial preparation. These financial discussions, man, they get in the way of a lot of relationships, but we need to have them. And you need to be setting yourself up for long term financial growth by educating yourself. That is a big key here. Don't let people educate you, do the research for yourself. Financial success doesn't happen by accident. It takes planning, discipline, and sacrifice. Now, whether it's creating a budget, which I recommend, building an emergency fund, which I recommend, and investing for the future, you want to do that because nobody else is going to cares about your future. Invest for the future. Financial preparation is about setting yourself up for that long term stability and peace of mind so that you can do the things you want when you someday decide to retire, if that's what you want to do. Think about how many people live paycheck to paycheck. There's a lot of them because they've never prepared for the unexpected. Then imagine how different life would be if, when an emergency hits, and we all know they're going to hit at some point, you've got the resources ready to handle it. Now, that's the power of financial preparation. And when you're financially prepared, you're not just surviving, you're giving yourself the freedom to pursue opportunities and take calculated risk and live without constant worry. Preparation in this area may require a bit of short term pain, but the delayed gratification, saying no to certain indulgences, but it leads to long term gains that pay off in the ways that you can't even imagine. And I tell this story quite a bit. My wife and I started putting money in our kids' college fund before we even knew their names. The minute we found out we were pregnant, we started saving for our kids' education. Today, as both of our children are in college, everything is taken care of. And thank God they didn't go to an expensive private school, right? But that aside, and in all seriousness, it took a lot of planning. It took a lot of discipline to make that happen. And our kids get the reward, and all they simply have to do is focus on their academics. Thank God for that. Personal development, very, very important here. If you're not growing, you're stagnating. There's no black and white on this. Personal development is the area where preparation really shines because it's about the daily work you put into becoming a better, stronger version of yourself. Now, whether it's reading, learning new skills, or working on mental toughness, personal development is a lifelong journey. It's something I put time aside for each and every day. I want to strengthen my mind, my heart, my soul. I want to better my best each and every day. So, to prepare for success in personal development, you need to adopt the mindset that every day is a chance to get better. Set goals for yourself, identify your weaknesses, and be relentless about improvement. Maybe it's waking up an hour earlier to read or hitting the gym or really pushing your physical limits, all of which I'm doing right now. Whatever it is, preparation means showing up for yourself, investing the time and effort it takes to improve your mind, your body, and your soul. The people who achieve the highest levels of success are those who never stop learning, growing, and pushing themselves. And that doesn't happen without intentional preparation. I wish I could tell you there's another way, but there simply is not. And if you're doing all those things, you're really going to begin to strengthen your relationships. This is another aspect of our lives, relationships that we develop. And when it comes to family, friends, and even romantic relationships, preparation might not be the first thing that comes to your mind, but it's certainly crucial. Strong relationships require effort, time, and planning. So think about it. How many friendships fall apart because of neglect? How many marriages crumble because of a lack of communication or intentionality? I mean, it happens all the time. By preparing yourself in your relationships, whether it's scheduling time for your family, planning dates with your spouse, or intentionally checking in with your friends, you ensure that those connections are strong. Now, preparation in relationships is about being present, it's about listening and being ready to give your best to the people that you care about, the people that are closest to you. Now, relationships don't thrive by accident, they need to be nurtured. And that starts with preparing yourself to invest the time and energy that they require. Now, on top of all that, have fun and make sure you're taking time for yourself. Have a little recreation, right? Are you taking time to enjoy life? You can't work all the time. You shouldn't work all the time. Part of being a well rounded and successful person means making room for fun and recreation. But even here, preparation is the key, right? If you don't make the time for rest and enjoyment in life, life really becomes a grind. And burnout is inevitable. And it happens to a lot of us. Now, preparation in this area might look like planning a vacation, setting aside time for your hobbies, or simply blocking off time to relax. When you prepare for recreation, you're giving yourself permission to recharge, building margin in your life so that you can come back stronger in every area of your life. You know, life is meant to be enjoyed. And we should enjoy it. We need to laugh more, smile more, and taking the time to prepare for those moments ensures that you're not constantly playing catch up, missing out on what truly makes life meaningful. Now, let's talk about health and fitness, really building yourself a resilient body. What are your health and fitness goals? Do you have any? I would hope you would. Your health is your foundation for everything else. If you're not physically well, it becomes harder to focus on your career, your family, or any other goals for that matter. Preparation in health and fitness isn't about doing crash diets or trying the latest fad workout. It's about developing long term habits that keep you strong and energetic and capable of doing all of the things that we're talking about today. When you jump on an airplane and the crew goes through the safety spiel, now they always say put your breathing mask on first because you can't help anybody around you if you're on a plane passed out, right? Now, the same thing holds true for keeping up with your health. If you're not eating right, if you're not exercising, if you're not taking care of yourself, how in the world do you intend on taking care of anybody else that's in your life? And I know you want to do that because, again, we talked about relationships. They're everything, and we are built for relationships, but we have to take care of ourselves first. Now, this preparation looks like meal planning, scheduling regular exercise, and getting enough sleep. It's about making decisions today that your future self will thank you for. Now, when you're prepared in your health, you have more energy, better focus, and the physical stamina to tackle life's challenges head on. And just like any area, success in health doesn't happen without deliberate, consistent preparation. Now, let's talk about that family, creating a legacy with your family. This is kind of last on the list, but certainly not least. Family is one of the most important aspects of life, and preparing to lead your family well is essential. Whether you're a husband, a father, or a grandfather, or someone who plays a pivotal role in your family's dynamic, preparation means being intentional about how you invest in those relationships. It's about setting aside time to teach your children, guiding them with wisdom, and modeling integrity in your daily actions. It's about preparing for the future, whether through education, life lessons, or simply being there to support those folks around you. And the same goes for your spouse. Preparing to be the partner they need means listening, communicating, and planning for the future together, right? Together. For preparation in the family means that you're building a legacy that lasts and one that your kids and your grandkids will remember and carry forward. Now, as I close out today, preparation isn't a one time event. No way, man. It's constant, it's a lifestyle. It's the day to day and day in effort to be ready when opportunities arise, to handle challenges with confidence, and to live with a sense of purpose and direction. Now, whether it's in your career, relationships, health, personal growth, preparation is the key to unlocking success. The more you prepare, the more you realize that life doesn't just happen to you, you're in control. And the future is shaped by the decisions you make today. Success isn't about luck, it's about preparation. And the best part, preparation is something anyone can start today. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment or the right set of circumstances. Start preparing now in every area of your life and watch as those opportunities begin to unfold as a result. When you live a life of preparation, you become not just successful, but fulfilled because you put in the work and become the person that you're capable of, you're achieving greatness. So get to it today. Start building for the future. You want that preparation to be the key to your success. Now, if you want to learn more about preparation and you would like to talk more about being prepared in certain areas of your life, please send me a message at Mike at truemanlifecoaching.com. And again, don't forget that Wheel of Life on my webpage. It's free. It's a free assessment. You just go out there, type in your name, your email, it'll send it right to you. And you can get that assessment. It takes about 12 minutes. It's a fun little project to do and see where you're at. Don't be like Donald Trump and show up for the big debate unprepared. Preparing your life starts today for the journey ahead. Now go out and make this your very best day ever. I enjoyed having you with me on the show today. Take care, and we'll see you next week.